Happy birthday, America. 250. Why don't we celebrate some profits, some stock trading profits? I want to take a little bit of time today to walk you through the RSI. I want to show you how I've made some profits in the last couple of weeks swing trading with this metrics called the Relative Strength Index. I want to slow it down just a little bit. I want to take a breath and explain the RSI to you a little bit further, maybe than I did so earlier. I also want to show you where we can find the RSI on a chart, what it looks like. I want to show you the stock screener that I use. All of this is free. This FinViz stock screener, I want to show you how to set that up so that you can go in and you can screen for stocks that are below the RSI of 30. Okay. And then I'm going to show you our trading platform that I use. And this trading platform, I'm going to show you some stocks that we did purchase. And we purchased those stocks when they were trading less than 30 on the RSI. And how do we do? And then I've got a few stocks that I have not sold. And we're a little bit underwater on those, but we do have time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and share this screen on Google Docs, and you should be seeing the RSI, and it stands for Relative Strength Index. Okay, relative to the market, relative to its historical trading pattern. Okay, so you have two numbers to look at. You have 30 and 70. Okay, if a stock is trading on a daily chart less than 30, that's telling everybody this stock is oversold. Okay? And what do we want to do? We want to buy stocks that are oversold. Why? Because they're on sale. It's really simple. Okay? Consequently, when you do that, you can do that through shares, or you can do it through options. And we'll talk about that just a little bit. But the other number is 70. If the stock is trading over 70 on the RSI, that means it's overbought. Now, the 30 and the 70 is not the stock price. Okay, these are relative strength index numbers that you need to look at. And what you're looking for is you're looking for companies that are on sale, good companies, because that's when you want to buy them. You buy something when it's on sale, and then you sell it when it's not on sale. You get full price for it. Okay, so the RSI, the Relative Strength Index, less than 30 is oversold, over 70 is overbought. So that gives you a buy and a sell, an entry or an exit. Now, most of the time, you're going to see the stuff that I sold yesterday about 2:30 Central Time. It was not at 70. Okay. I think most of it was around 50, 55 on the RSI, but certainly it had come out of that 30. Okay. So relative strength index over 30, less than 30, oversold, over 70, overbought. What are we looking for? Less than 30. I want to buy good companies when they're on sale. Is Walmart a good company? Yes. Are they going to go out of business? No. Do they, from time to time, do they trade with some negative news to where the company is sold off the stock price to where it gets under that 30 RSI? Yes. And that's a time that when you go in and you buy it. You have to be patient, wait for that, buy it then, and then you can sell it for a profit. I think we bought Walmart one day and maybe the next day sold it. We'll get into that. I'll show you in just a second. Okay. So RSI, you got that? So let's stop sharing this and let's go and share a screener. Okay. So here's finviz.com. Okay. This is the free service. Okay. Free website that you can go to, tons of information. Okay, now I know if you're looking at this the first time, you're going to be like, wow, I don't understand any of that. You don't have to understand it. Okay, all of those things on there. I'm going to show you what you need. Okay, so up at the top, you see it says screener. We want to screen for companies that are selling less than 30 on the RSI. So you click screener, okay? And you go down here, it says descriptive. Hope you can see my cursor. Descriptive, fundamental, technical, news, ETF, and all. You want to click all, okay? Once you click all, you've got all of these technical indicators that you can choose from in order to screen for stocks. Now, look at the very bottom right of the page, if you can see that. There's 571 pages right now in that universe. Okay, 571 pages. I don't know how many stocks that is. Tons, thousands, probably over 10,000. Okay, so you have to have a screener, or you need a screener, okay, in order to screen for stuff, or you'd be sitting here trying to figure things out all day long. Okay, I'm going to help you with that. So the first thing I want you to do is go to market cap. I'm over here on the very far left, and click on market cap. And I want you to go down to where it says mid plus mid over $2 billion. So what you're going to do is you're going to screen for companies that have a $2 billion market cap and above. Okay. Now you can do the research on that. I've done the research. I'm more comfortable with putting my money in companies that are established, not small companies. And a $2 billion market cap gives me companies that have been around for a little while. They're established. They're good companies for the most part. And those are the companies I want to focus on. I don't want to put it in a company, with $1 million market cap that may be here today and gone in the morning. That's just me. So for me, I want to only screen companies that have at minimum $2 billion market cap. Now, let me X out of this. So we only have now 107 pages. Okay, we go from over 500 to 107. Are we done? No. The next column, go down to the RSI. Here's your RSI, Relative Strength Index. Okay, and you can, as I scroll over these descriptions, it educates me. Okay, what does it say? Momentum oscillator that measures the speed and magnitude of recent price changes to indicate whether a security is overbought or oversold. And we know that if it's less than 30, it's oversold. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to click on that, and we want to go to oversold 30. Now watch what happens to our pages once this populates. Wow, 2 pages. Okay, so the market's at an all-time high. So you're not going to have a ton of stocks that are going to be oversold, sold off. Okay, why? Because the market's at an all-time high. Now, we're going to have days, we're going to have times, even in an overbought market overall, that you're going to have some companies that are going to have negative news, and that creates opportunities, and that's what we're going to show you today. Okay, we're not finished. So you've got market cap over $2 billion, you've got RSI less than 30, and I want to do 2 more things. I want to go down below the RSI, go to average volume. Okay, so I want you to put in minimum over 1 million shares. Okay, we don't want to put our money in thinly traded stocks. Okay, and basically that we want to have at least 1 million shares traded every day. Why? Because it's going to be easy to get in and easy to get out, especially if you're buying options. You need high volume companies, in order to trade those. So minimum 1 million shares. Okay, so we're still at 2 pages, and then go to the very last column at the very top, and it says country. I want to focus on stocks that are based in the United States of America. So the very first one is USA. Click that. And that's going to take out all companies that trade on our exchange, but they're based out of another country. They call them ADRs, American Depository Receipts. Okay, I don't want to focus on that. Although there's very good companies like that, Novo Nordisk out of Denmark, okay, or Norway, I think that's right. Makes Ozempic. Everybody's familiar with that. Stock ticker symbol NVO. Okay, good company, doing well. Okay, but it's gonna filter that out if you click USA. Now we're down to one page. You have screened the whole universe of stocks, and you said I want minimum market cap of $2 billion, minimum shares of 1 million per day, average volume, RSIs less than 30. What do you have in this country? There's 19 companies. You can see it. You've got alphabetical order. It starts at Alcoa, and then it comes all the way down to Westlake. It comes over, it tells you the sector, it tells you the industry, and of course, Countries USA gives the market cap. You got the PE, that's price to earnings ratio. We're not going to focus on that price change, and there's your volume. Okay. Now, am I going to look at every one of those companies? I could. I'm not today. Okay, but I'm going to go down through there and ask myself, what stands out? What's interesting? Well, the first one is Dow, number 7. We have Dow. I bought Dow. Okay, losing money on Dow. It's been in the under 30 RSI for over a week. The next company, Halliburton, number 8. I bought that. I'm losing money on Halliburton. Okay. Come on down and you see 14, Oracle. I bought Oracle this week. Guess what? Losing money on Oracle because it's still under the 30 RSI. So let's stop. What does that mean? That means that companies can stay oversold for a while. Okay. And you can lose money on paper. And then when it comes out of the RSI less than 30, then you will recapture those profits and you can do pretty good on them. Okay. So we got Halliburton, Dow Chemical, Oracle, and one that I don't have, and I'm going to think about buying it Monday. Market's closed today. This is July the 3rd, day before the 4th, is AT&T. Okay, so there's 4 companies on that page that really pique my interest, and 3 of the 4 I've already got on my portfolio. Okay, I may end up buying more Oracle. Okay, but all of these companies are good companies. They're not going to go out of business. They're oversold. They may stay oversold a little while. There's no way that you can buy a company at the very bottom. So you may buy a company when the RSI is below 30. You may have to wait. Okay, so you need to buy shares, or you need to buy options that are at least 80, 90 days out. Okay, not a weekly option. So I want to focus on those 4 companies, but I want you to get this. This is from FinViz. It's totally free. You can rewatch this video and plug these metrics in, and it will spit out every day, okay, these oversold companies. Okay, so let's stop sharing. And maybe I never hit share on that. I don't know. Okay. I don't think I ever hit share. I did all this talking and I never did hit share on that screen. I'm sorry. But right here is AT&T. Here's the chart. I think I messed up on that. We'll see. I'm too deep in it to worry about. I'm just going to keep swimming. But here's your stockcharts.com and AT&T. And right here is your 70 and your 30 RSI. And AT&T's at 28.57. So you can go to stockcharts.com and check that out. Probably messed that up a little bit. But anyway, I'll go back over it real quick. How did I get here? I got here through scrolling down, and I changed this chart type to candlesticks. Took out a year to 0, and I went to 3 months. And I came down to indicators and plugged in RSI. And excuse me. So this is the way that is. RSI right there. Okay. That's how I got to this screen. Then I clicked update chart. So you can punch in the stock symbol over here. Just like if I want to do Oracle, ORCL, I hit enter. Okay. 2672 is your RSI. So this is a visual to where you can go to a free service, stockcharts.com, and you can punch in the symbols that you've looked at on Stock Screener, the FinViz, and you can check this out. It's just a little bit better visual to let you know what this looks like, what the price is doing. Okay, so now let's stop sharing. Let's go over here and let's share our window. And you should be seeing my uh, trading platform. I've been trading stocks and options and futures for a long, long time. This is Thinkorswim. TOS is what they call it. Used to be TD Ameritrade. Schwab bought them a couple of years ago, but I opened up an account with TD Ameritrade. They used to call it Ameritrade until TD Bank out of Canada bought them years ago. But I opened up an Ameritrade account in 1996. And prior to that, I had to call. I had a broker in Tupelo and one in Memphis. And I would call and say, you'd say, hey, I want 100 shares of WMT Walmart at 25.50 limit order. Had to do everything by the phone, no internet. So when the internet came along, we started changing the way people invest. Okay, it was a whole lot cheaper. And in 1996, Ameritrade was formed, and they came out with a $9.99 trade. I'll never forget it. Cost you $10 to trade. Now, cost you nothing. How about that? Now, there are some fees. If you buy an option, it's 66 cents. So I guess it costs a little bit. But anyway, a little bit of history there. But this is a Ameritrade Thinkorswim. I'll get it right in a minute. Thinkorswim trading platform. And this is where I trade. This is where I go to buy and sell stocks and options. Most of the time, I'm buying options. Okay. So let's look at this chart. This is a 6-month chart, daily chart. And I'm looking at SPY right up here. SPY is S&P 500. And you can see that we're in an uptrend. Okay. So let's look at the RSI on some of the companies that we just did the FinViz screener. Let's go to Oracle. Okay. So you can see that the Oracle RSI is at 2671. Now it's been oversold before. It was oversold back, I'm looking at February, what does that say? 4. The 4th day of February, the RSI way down. And if I can scroll over that, we can figure that out. 1922 to be exact is the RSI figure. Now the price of the stock got down to 134.13 on that day, but the RSI is clicking less than 20. So what did it do after it was in the less than 30 RSI? It went up. Okay, so that's what we're thinking is going to happen this time. Now, I did buy this week, and obviously I didn't buy it at the perfect time. So let's go to the trade tab, and it'll tell you exactly how much money I'm down. I bought I bought a 150 call, and September the 18th, and I paid $16 for it. Times 100, that means I paid $1,600 for one contract. Yesterday's close, it's worth $12.87. Okay, I'm down $313.16 on paper. Now, do I have time for this stock, for this option to recapture that? Sure I do. It doesn't expire until September the 18th. Okay, so I have plenty of time. Now, why would I even deal with options? Why not just buy shares? You could buy 10 shares. You could buy 100 shares. Okay, 100 shares, $14,000. I would always want to buy at least 100 shares of something to capture the move to where you're making a decent amount of money. That's the reason I'm not going to spend $14K. I'd rather spend $1,600. Okay. So right now we are down on Oracle. And so we bought Oracle. I've got the paperwork here. Let's see. We bought Oracle on 629. So right here, 629, we bought Oracle at 28.73, looks like, which is going to equate to about right there, this candle. Let me make it a little bit bigger. This candle right here, this is it, 629. We bought right in here, right around I think it was 148 something when we got it. Memory serves me correct. So what happened? It went down the next day, and next day. So we probably bought that Monday, Tuesday. We bought that on Monday. 629 is probably Monday, this past Monday. Okay. So how long is it going to stay less than 30 RSI? I have no idea. Okay. I know it's not going to stay there forever, but I know that it may be a little while. Okay. It may go down even further Monday. And if it does, and it gets down maybe to the 20 RSI, I may buy another call. I may add to that. Okay. Why? Because I have plenty of time. But that's just the way it goes. Okay. But I do know that Oracle's a good company and it has been disrupted. And as you can see, we've had a major sell-off. I just want to be patient. I don't want to go ahead and take my loss on this good company. Be patient. I got a little bit of time. Next company. I think we talked about Dow Chemical. Same situation with Dow. Okay. We bought Dow Chemical on 622. Here it is right here, 622. Okay. So it's going to be this candle here, right there. We bought Dow around $31 and it is at $27.71. So I've gotten killed on Dow. Okay. You can see the line we bought right in here. And I mean, since then it's gone down further and we did get a decent day yesterday. We got a higher low and a higher high candle. Why did I say that? Well, look right here. Here's the low of Thursday and there's the low of Wednesday. So it's a higher low, positive, and here's a high. This is the high of Wednesday. Here's the high of Thursday. So you got a higher high and a higher low, and that's positive technically. That's what you're looking for. So hopefully we bottomed out on that, and this can come out next week out of the 30 RSI, and we can make some money. And I even have listed on here, earnings are 723, and this is what I bought on 622. I bought a September 18, 30 call, and I paid 305.66. I've got that in this text box here. So hopefully we'll start seeing a turn. And a lot of times companies will be bid up. They will go up in price as you get closer to earnings. Okay, so what are we down on Dow? Let's click the trade right here. But I paid 305, which is $305.66. Yesterday's close, it's worth $148. I'm down $157.66. I'm down 50% pretty much. Okay, on Dow. Not a lot of money, but still 50% is 50%. So I'm going to wait on that. Why? Because I've got a September 18, 30 call. Got to get that back over 30. Halliburton is another company that showed up on the screener. And Halliburton, here's your text box. I bought on 622, a 35 call. I got 3 calls, 3 of them. In parentheses, I didn't buy one, I bought 3, and I spent $769.99, nearly $770 on that trade. Well, look what's happened. On 622, it actually came out, which is I bought it right here at this candle, and the next day I'm looking pretty good. Then boom, it rolled over. Okay, not good. So the RSI as we speak is 2650. They do have earnings coming up on 7/21. I'm looking for Halliburton to turn around, especially the next couple of weeks, and come back out. How much are we losing? How much are we down? I paid $256 and it's at 147. I'm down $328.99, nearly $329. Okay. So you got the good, the bad, and the ugly. I just showed you the ugly and maybe the bad too. Okay. So I've got 3 companies that I'm underwater. Okay. I'm in the red. I'm in the red on Halliburton, Dow, and Oracle. But all 3 are September the 18th calls. Gives me plenty of time to recapture. And that's exactly what I'm thinking will happen. This is not my first rodeo. Now, let's go to AT&T. AT&T is one I don't have, and I will be looking strongly at it. Okay, so let's see. It is at 28.55. You can look at the chart. It's just terrible. Got below 20, but it looks like, look at the volume here. This second part says volume. Look at the volume, these 3 volume bars. I mean, really Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, tons of volume came into this company. And most of it was sales. But look at this candle. Thursday's candle. That tells you the low, that tells you the high, that tells you where it closed. So when the stock got way down in here, a lot of volume picked up. So people came in, especially when it broke 20, and bought the stock. Okay. So we may have put in a bottom on AT&T, may not have. We don't, who knows? Nobody knows. Okay. All we know is it's a good company. Is it going to go out of business? Is Starlink going to put it out? Probably not. But when you have disruptive things happen to good companies, they get oversold. So let's go into the trade grid, and let's look at September the 18th, 77 days before expiration. And so it's trading at 20.58. So obviously I'm thinking 20 is the call, 20 is the strike price. And right now I'm looking at 140, 154. There's your bid ask. Okay, so if I want to buy that and go long, I got to click on buy. And I'll do that right now. The market's closed just to show you. Okay, as soon as you click on buy, as you can see, this is populated, your order, and mine's defaulted to 10 contracts. So if I just wanted to buy 1 contract, I lessen that to 1. Here's September 2026, September 18. There's the strike, 20 strike. And the price is 154. Now, the way I will do that Monday, I won't put that in at 154. I'm going to split it. I'm going to get between 140 and 154. So I would probably go about 145. Okay. See if I could get that order filled, save a little money. And sometimes that works. Okay. Sometimes it doesn't. But that's the way I do it. And I would probably purchase about 3 of those. In other words, get pretty close to $500 on that trade. I'm not wild. I'm going to hit delete. I'm not wild about AT&T because it just does not fluctuate like the tech stocks a whole lot. And although it's fluctuated pretty good to the downside the last week or so, but we'll see. And I'll check the market Monday, and maybe we'll go live Monday. I don't know. I don't know what my schedule is going to be yet. We'll see. Okay, so I've just shown you the 4 companies that we pulled up on FinViz. I've shown you all 4 of them. I have 3 of them, losing money on every one of them. Now, that's the bad. Okay, that's the ugly. Now, let's talk about the good. I booked some profits yesterday on some companies that were purchased with the RSI less than 30. The first one was Netflix. Let's go to Netflix. Netflix, I purchased on 622. And right here, you can see it, 622. The RSI is way down here. Well, we had a really good week on Netflix. It came back and ended up making $555.97. I booked that profit. Okay. Not going to be greedy. The next company was Kroger. Okay, we bought Kroger on 622, another company that was oversold. And it came out of that RSI, and it's up to 44 RSI. I booked those profits, didn't make a whole lot, $97.32. BSX, that's Boston Scientific, a medical company. Really concerned about this company, concerned about the trade. Kept it for a little while. It did come out yesterday and gapped up pretty good over $2. It gave me a chance to get out of this stock. Look at it. Look at this downtrend. I mean, it's right at the 21-day moving average. I just didn't feel good about it. May have been a mistake, but I got out of it. I made $36.67. Not a lot of money, but it's one of those that just, it looks tired. And I was tired. So Pfizer, kind of the same situation. Not real patient with Pfizer because the chart, we're in a deep downtrend, and got a chance to get out of that, made 23.34. Not a whole lot of money, okay? But one of those things, I could take some of those profits and maybe put into AT&T or buy more Oracle next week, okay? Big win on Microsoft, and I did a couple of videos on Microsoft and maybe Palantir. You go to Microsoft, can't get any better than what we did here. Is it skilled? No, it's not skilled. It just happens sometimes to hit that way. Okay, we bought Microsoft the day that it bottomed out right here. We bought it on 625, and we bought a 350 call, and we sold it here. Okay, at 391. And what that equated to is 5,372. Excuse me. Stop. Not that. That's what I got for it. I paid $27.50. The profit on that is $2,621.57. So we made $2,600 on that stock in a week. Okay, we nearly doubled that one. Okay, about 95% we made on our money. Okay, the next one is Palantir. We did double our money on Palantir, made a really good buy, got some good news on that. Remember, we're buying these stocks when they're oversold. RSI less than what? 30. Thank you. So Palantir, we ended up, we paid $1,300, sold it for $2,900. Okay, we made $1,632.62 on Palantir in a week. So those two stocks really obviously helped out. Okay, and Walmart. I did a video on Walmart. We made a little money on Walmart. Okay, I bought Walmart on 7-1 right here. Okay, look at Walmart, less is it 25 RSI. What's going on with Walmart? Well, I think the video that I had, it said something about they had comparable store sales might be off a little bit. So Walmart's selling off. Opportunity. Okay. So we bought Walmart, and lo and behold, the very next day, Walmart's up $3. So we took that profit, went ahead, took that. I bought a September 18, 105 call. And the stock price I've got in parentheses is 108.43. And we made $202.98 in one day. Held that overnight and sold that. I sold all of these yesterday about 2:30 Central Time. You add all of that up, $5,170.47. So $5,100 in a couple of weeks on buying these, I think, 8 companies, okay, that are RSI less than 30 and getting out of them, okay? Why get out of them now? Well, number one, the market is definitely trending up, but it's a little frothy, meaning it is not cheap. Number two, a lot of the charts look weak, okay? Look at Walmart. Walmart, that is not a strong chart. Okay, you know, even though something it's oversold for a reason, but look at this downtrend. Look at that. We're still in a downtrend. Okay, so if I showed every chart, just like Microsoft, look at Microsoft. We've got a pop, but Microsoft is still in this downtrend. It's got a long way to go before it gets back up in here and gets to an uptrend. We could go on and on about that. Palantir is the same way. Had a good week. It's still in the down. Overall, it's a downtrend. Look at this, 187 at the first of the year, and it's trading at 129.30. Is that an uptrend or a down? It's a downtrend in an up market. The S&P is up 12% first half. Okay, so and another thing is the VIX, the volatility index. As if the VIX goes up, the market goes down. If the VIX goes down, the market goes up. This is a fear index. We haven't talked about that long, but I look at that. I look at it a lot, and it's having a hard time the VIX is getting below that 15 figure. Okay. And we need that. We need it to break below, but I'm afraid the VIX is wanting to go higher. So the VIX goes higher, definitely the market sells off. It's a fear index. So right now we booked some good profits the last week and a half. Okay. Proud of that. Okay. We're not going to get greedy. We're gonna hang on to the three companies that we're losing money on right now: Oracle, Halliburton, and Dow Chemical. And if you were to total those up, you're talking about $1,000 I'm down on right now. I could have sold everything out and still been up about 4K, but I'm not going to do that. Why? Because I've got time. Opportunity next week. Certainly the opportunity, the number one thing to look at for me is AT&T. Okay. It's oversold. I want to get in that company. It's a good company, and opportunity buying oversold good companies, especially in an up market. But that should give us some kind of idea of how we do things. We want to buy the RSI when it's below 30 on good companies. Okay. So what's going to happen on these live broadcasts or these, I'm going to stop sharing and go back to the live channel, if you will. Okay, there's a chat box over here, and I've been speaking for 42 minutes. So what I'm gonna do in the future is, when I get enough people that's following me, okay, I will go live. I will trade live, and like a day like today that I'm live and the market is closed, if you have a question, I will read that question in the chat box. I will go back and share my screen, and we will answer those questions. Any question that you have, I'll try to break it down. I'll try to be slow enough for you, and I'll try to help you. Guys, I hope you have a great weekend. I hope this helps. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.